A young man killed, an unborn baby lost, and the mother critically injured after being hit by a drunk driver.
She lost two things that she really adored.
Tonight, friends are speaking out. Real or fake? It's the question many of you are asking us to verify. We get the answers. And a woman airlifted to the hospital after falling 30 feet. The Night Beat starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us on your Sunday night. I'm Chris Betts. Well, tonight we are learning more about the mother fighting for her life tonight after losing her unborn daughter and the love of her life. It happened yesterday on FM 973, just 5 miles from the Travis County Expo Center. DPS says the driver of a Ford F-150 was drunk and veered into oncoming traffic and struck the motorcycle she was riding on. I spoke to her close friend this evening to learn more about the victims. This is 25-year-old Estefany Soto and her young son Mason, along with her boyfriend, 28-year-old Raul Diaz. Estefany supports her son by working at this restaurant in Kyle, alongside her close friend, Veronica Carl.
Mason, you could tell he was a lot more happier. He finally got a father figure in his life, and I'm sure it helped Stephanie a lot more, and she was really happy with Raul. You could tell they were in love. They were always smiling together and laughing. He really loved her.
Estefany and Raul were even happier after finding out they were having a baby.
She's really excited. She was excited for having a girl.
And Raul as well. This would have been his first child.
He was really happy. They both were really happy.
Her last sonogram, she had posted that the baby wouldn't stop moving long enough to get a clear picture.
Lay all the time, so the baby was kind of being late on showing herself on the sonogram, so she was like her mom already. She came in on Friday. She came into work. She was telling me, with Mason, he wouldn't really move a lot, and so with the baby girl, she would move a lot, so she got to experience that.
But those little nuances and moments of joy ripped away by a drunk driver.
Killed a family. Their whole family is suffering. Just shouldn't drink and drive.
Stephanie's unborn daughter and boyfriend killed on Saturday afternoon. She was critically injured, and as she recovers, now her son is left without a father figure.
Mason's going to be reminding her of him, asking where he is. I'm sure it's going to be hard.
The driver of the truck, 38-year-old Cesar Corona Quitiero, is charged with intoxication manslaughter and intoxication assault. He is in the Travis County Jail tonight on $2 million bond. Now, Estefany did not have insurance, so friends have started a GoFundMe page to help her and her son in this desperate time of need. If you would like to help, you can click on this story on KVUE.com. Now to a follow-up to a story we broke for you at 5:30. A woman is in the hospital tonight with life-threatening injuries after she fell about 30 feet at the Barton Creek Greenbelt. According to Austin Travis County EMS, the woman in her 30s was unconscious after the fall. The victim, as you can see in this video, was hoisted out of the Greenbelt by Starflight rescue crews. Another man in his 50s died last night after a crash in central Austin. This happened just before 11 last night. Austin police say 2 drivers hit each other head-on at the intersection of Anderson Lane and Tisdale Drive near Highway 183. Austin Travis County EMS say the other driver was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police are still trying to determine what caused this crash. And 2 people have been accused of crashing their sedan into a group of cyclists in South Austin yesterday, sending 4 of those cyclists to the hospital, 1 in critical condition. This is according to our partners at the Austin American-Statesman. 25-year-old Devin Rodriguez has been charged with driving with an invalid license. It happened near South Pleasant Valley Road and Elmont Drive. And according to the affidavit, when police arrived, they found a debris field of smashed bicycles and parts that spanned approximately 3 blocks. Rodriguez admitted to having fallen asleep at the wheel before that crash. The passenger, Amanda Flores, fled the scene by stealing a Jeep from a man who stopped to try and help. She was later arrested. Both are being held at the Travis County Jail. Well, 4 children have serious injuries after the car they were in crashed into a fixed object in North Austin tonight. According to Austin EMS, the crash happened off Breaker Lane near Mopac. The children as well as 2 adults were taken to the hospital. The adults' injuries are not expected to be life-threatening. 2 people are staying with family tonight after an accidental fire damaged part of their North Austin home. This happened this afternoon on Ambleside Drive near Mopac and Palmer. Austin Fire tells us an unattended candle caused that fire. Was confined to 1 bedroom. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but it caused about $30,000 worth of damage. And this caused quite the traffic jam on Mopac tonight. You can see a Volkswagen Beetle caught fire on the side of the road. It happened just after 7 o'clock near Steck Avenue. Police say the driver got out of the car okay, and they don't believe he was hurt, but no word yet on what caused the blaze. Controversy over a comedy and gentrification. This afternoon, Austin police were called to a protest outside of the Blue Cat Cafe in East Austin. About a dozen people were there, upset about the filming of a Comedy Central pilot, saying it promotes gentrification. The Night Beat's Aaron Jones live off Cesar Chavez in Navasota in East Austin to explain. Aaron?
Well, Chris, the Blue Cat Cafe has been here for about 2 years, and in that time, the owner says she's dealt with constant harassment, vandalism, death threats, and even a dead cat being thrown over her fence. She shared this video to give us an example of what's happening here. This is video of an old protest and says today's was quite similar. She said the group Defend Our Hoods made their way up to this business to protest. They were upset about the pilot being filmed at the business that opened in the same lot of a piñata shop, which was demolished in 2015 after operating for about 8 years. They say they're against gentrification and think that this business is contributing to it. Now, the owner wants people to know that she has nothing to do with that and that it was actually a landlord who made the decision to demolish the piñata shop. In fact, she didn't even have any backing for her business when this was being done, let alone knowing where it would stand. She says they were just trying to do something positive by creating a cat cafe, which has held over 300 cat adoptions. It is incredibly upsetting to her to see what's happening, and her employees feel the same way.
We work here because we like it, we enjoy the cats. So having this cloud hang over our heads is just, it's very uncomfortable and it's scary.
And we did reach out to the Defend Our Hoods group tonight, but have not heard back. Reporting live in East Austin, Aaron Jones, KVUE News Night Beat.
It's a very pleasant night across central Texas. We're dealing with temperatures that don't feel too bad and humidity that's a bit lower than it has been the last few days, and that's why it feels pretty nice. In fact, let's go ahead and take a peek outside. This is our live sky view camera over KVUE, and you can see the flag in the distance, a little bit of a wave there, so wind speeds from the southeast between about 5 and 15 miles an hour, fairly light wind, but a little breeze from time to time. 80 degrees currently at Bergstrom, 84 Camp Mabry, but that humidity only 51%. That's why it feels a little bit nicer. Temperatures tonight are going to be dropping, and we'll see a mix of that clouds passing through overnight. It could be a cloudy start for some folks, but not the fog that we saw for areas south of Austin this morning. I think tomorrow morning we get off to a nice start, but temperatures are going to warm up, and they're going to keep warming up. But it's June in Texas. I mean, we all expect it, right? We're going to talk about just how warm we get and how warm it will feel coming up in just a few minutes. Chris.
Thank you, Lene. A big week ahead in Washington as the Attorney General gets ready to testify on Capitol Hill. And that comes even as President Trump takes to Twitter, once again, taking aim at former FBI Director James Comey. Trump and Comey are locked in a he said battle over why Comey was fired. Today, President Trump tweeting that Comey's leaking of personal memos was cowardly. Lawmakers, though, on both sides just wanting the war of words to end.
May be the first president in history to go down because you can't stop inappropriately talking about an investigation that if you just were quiet would clear you.
This week, Attorney General Jeff Sessions is headed to the hot seat. He is set to testify in front of the same panel that Comey did last week. Sessions already recused himself in the Russian investigation, and he said it was because he had a role in the campaign. But Comey hinted it was for other reasons. So I guess we'll find out.